What is going on in our current political situation? I'm seeing the left demonize the right and the right demonizing the left. I just can't help but notice that since Trump has been in office, we have been more polarized more than ever. No politician has polarized this nation more than him. And it's just because of just the things that he says, that he makes radical claims without much evidence. So for instance, the shooter of Charlie Kirk, immediately he blamed it on the left. If there's drugs coming into the country, he immediately blames it on illegal immigration. If there's terrorist attack, he immediately blames it on Islamists, on Muslims. So this is the issue. And then we have a cult-like people following him, whereas with the Democratic Party, we don't really have a leader to follow. Whereas the Republican Party, there is a cult-like behavior going on in the far-right MAGA movement. And yes, there is issues with far left too. In fact, some of these far leftists aren't taking into account the validity of some of the conservative point of views, such as defunding the police. You know, that's a left view, is to defund the police, but that doesn't bring about the change that you want to make. If you defund the police, then who are you going to call if you're in trouble? So this is an issue that's going on in our political situation, is both sides are just talking past each other. And I want to come at this from, even though that my views on things do align more left-leaning, that doesn't necessarily mean I'm a liberal, because I don't attach myself to any ideology. Any ideology you attach to, whether that's a political one, a religious one, whatever that is, a business one, it's going to limit your thinking. And I want to challenge you all to get out of thinking about Democrat, Republican, liberal, conservative. Start seeing yourself as fluid, as somebody that cares about thinking for themselves, thinking about the truth. There's certain issues that I might be more right-leaning on some of things, and there's some that I'm more left-leaning on some things as well. I think we should have, guns and stuff like that, but should they just go unregulated? Probably not. So there's nuances in this, and I want to challenge you. Don't think inside of a box. Think outside of the box. Thinking in a liberal box is so limiting. Thinking in a conservative MAGA box is so limiting too. So instead of just voting based off of your party, what if you voted based off of thoroughly thinking through and researching yourself on these different policies? Stop thinking inside of your culture. Think outside of your own self-interest. That's one thing that I noticed. The main difference between the liberal and the conservative is I noticed that conservatives care more about themselves, not necessarily it can be a bad way, but I noticed that they're more nationalistic, more caring about their own interest, whereas liberals sometimes put the interest of the collective over the individual, such as caring more about the global effects, the international affairs, rather than their own nation. Both sides can have issues. If you're too selfless, you die. If you're too selfish, you die. So I just wonder if you can grasp that. Can we have these discussions without attaching to any ideology? Can we observe this political situation in an unbiased way? Can we try to see if we can challenge our own viewpoints, questioning our own viewpoints? That's a sign of somebody that actually cares about truth. You don't care about truth if you're just defending a worldview and ideology. I have no ideology or worldview to defend because I'm not liberal or conservative, even though that I do have left-leaning views on things, if you want to call it that, but I also have some right views too. But the issue is can we think about this on our own without putting our mind in a box? That is just the crux of this whole thing. These party systems aren't helping us at all. They're dividing our nation even more. It's a shame.